Father Mark Goring has put out a video. He's calling Fiducia Supplicans a win for Conservatives. And he asked in his video if any other Catholic YouTubers wanted to give their response. So I went adoration, read through the document, read through the last couple of days, and just to give a measured response. And so after thinking things through, I would just ask Father Mark, is there any other document in the church that has created this level of confusion? I remember back in the day, Pope Benedict went to South Africa and he said it would be good if male prostitutes or if prostitutes used condoms. And the media ran with a completely opposite take on what the Pope was actually saying, which, you know, if you're going to commit evil, don't create a greater evil by infecting somebody. He wasn't legitimizing it, but I'm just trying to compare pontificates. But with this document, Father, you would think that when the Vatican is going to release a document, that they would consider, okay, how is this going to be received in the church? How is it going to play out? Maybe we should ask bishop conferences to get involved. Maybe we should say, look, here we're giving guidelines and these, priests have to consult their bishops and bishops' conferences and so forth. Maybe there should be more consultation. Maybe I should have waited till next year, till the synodal process, so that you have the synod there, and then in synodal process you discuss it. But they've released the document, and en masse, every single major news agency had the same headline. So the church releases a document, and within 24 hours, every single media outlet has the same headline: Church approves same-sex blessings. Not only that, then we had James Martin, a synodal member invited by Pope Francis, James Martin, saying that things have changed, saying that finally I can bless same-sex couples. And he gets the New York Times to come and to do a photograph of him the next day blessing same-sex couples at the Jesuit residence in New York. I don't know how Father Mark Goring can say this is a win for Conservatives. I mean, how can we say this? When the Pope restricted the traditional Latin Mass with Traditionis Custodes, the Pope released a document restricting the traditional Latin Mass, and all of the world's media ran with the same news story. The Pope restricts traditional Latin Mass. What the Pope meant in the document got reflected in the media. Suddenly we release this document, and what the Pope means in one document gets completely completely distorted in the world's media, intentionally so. And it's not like the Vatican has rushed to release a statement saying, no, that's not what we meant, please read the document correctly. It's very, very, very interesting at this moment in time that we have, this document coming out, which is confusing. It's not a win for Conservatives, it's confusion. So that's my take, Father Mark, for what it's worth. My cat is here playing, creating havoc. This is my take for what it's worth. It is a document that's deeply confusing. And we have bishops' conferences around the world now coming out with different statements. We have 3 bishops' conferences, or 3 countries coming out with statements saying we will not implement this document. So how can it be a win for Conservatives? And then you've other bishops coming out welcoming it, like the German Bishops' Conference and the Austrian Bishops' Conference. They're welcoming it. This has created confusion. It's not a win for Conservatives. If you're going to write a document that is reflecting the conservative view of the church, you would have made sure that when it gets released, there would be no level of confusion. Like the 2 years ago document. The document 2 years ago, when the Pope, that was released, it didn't create any confusion. It just said what it meant. This document is just confusing. I mean, that's my take on it. Maybe when I'm just looking at all of the world's media, you release a document and all of the world's media has the same headline. Here in Ireland, all of the Irish media ran with the same headline. And James Martin jumps in It seems like he was even forewarned, was he? I don't know. Maybe the Vatican, he had some input into this document. You wouldn't know it with Jesuits today. Listen, he's not the only Jesuit. How can this be a win for conservative Catholic? If we're talking about hermeneutical continuity in the church, we're trying to say, no, nothing has changed, nothing. There's a hermeneutical continuity, nothing has changed. Well, why did Father James Martin have to do that photo op with two men holding hands that are civilly married? God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.